I use it very privately, I go around in them. If you see it there, you will not even know that it's me. But, I work hard, I myself, this world that we're in, not here for a very long time. We're going to leave the scene. While I'm here, and my legacy, my family, my children, I'm sure they'll be okay. This is what I have, not just for me, but for them. And every one of them can be identified in the place that they are. And none of them are encumbered. None of them are under different ownership. All of these properties are mine, my business, the terminal, the petroleum terminal. It's maybe 75 million, but we have the same capacity. I'm thankful to God. And I want to use this time, honestly, to say a thank you to a lot of people, or to say a special thank you to President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, because as a businessman, even though I campaigned for her, but she never allowed me.
It's unprecedented. 48 days. The finance minister said, not me, it's from Spoon. We're not talking about his hotel. We're not talking about his daily sustenance allowance. We're not talking about any other thing. But just his incidental alone is 2,000. Now, if you multiply that by 48 days, just make it 50 days, it'll be 100,000. It doesn't make sense. Absolutely no sense. And I'm afraid that as a country, we'll pay for it. But it was, in my opinion, an unnecessary trip.
Do you blame the citizens? Was it the first time giving out sensitive information to the public that led the president to dismiss you?
Well, that was only one time he dismissed me. So that was not the first time. Secondly, we have moved from classified to sensitive. No information that leads to the death of our people should be too sensitive to give them, because it educates them to living on. Now, if you know the Delta variant is more deadly than the first variant, then of course let the people know so they take precaution. If the United States, up to today, I mean the States, AstraZeneca is not allowed here because of the blood clot and other things, tell the people. Now you say you are a journalist. Would you be afraid to educate and enlighten and inform the people? Would you be afraid? I don't think so. So I did what I had to do, and I'll do it again if I have to do it. If it's classified, I wouldn't touch it. But if it's a global information meant to save humanity, I'll do it 1,000 times more.
Is there a recommendation? I know you have always spoken, you have been speaking around in recent times with regards to the process, the census. Is there recommendations where we are now, in quotation, people consider the census to be filled? And we've always talked with the population expert, Honorable Larry Youngquest from Nima County District Number 8. He has always been following, giving updates on the filled, in quotation, census. So what can we do right now?
Like I said,
who was stronger, Joseph or Samson? Let's find out. First of all, Samson had strength of body, but Joseph had strength of character. Samson impressed men, just like he did you today, but Joseph impressed God. See, He didn't impress you when you looked at him, but he impressed God. Samson lost his position and his vision. Joseph died in a position of power and prestige. He was the prime minister of Egypt. I guess the difference is that Samson had charisma, but Joseph had character. And this is what's wrong with our leadership today. We got so many impressive people, charismatic people, people who please men, who impress humans by their looks and their dress, the way they teach, the way they talk, how they communicate. We're so impressed by them. And yet, some of the most amazing people don't impress us. This is what I want to talk about today. I've discovered that when I study these two men, Samson's number one problem was compromise. He surrendered his values, his commitment, his decency to the lust of the flesh. Joseph's number one word is conviction. Both words start with C, but they're very opposite to each other. Compromise versus conviction. Conviction made Joseph run and leave his clothing on the ground. Now, both men lost their clothes. Okay? One of them lost his clothes to a woman. She took it off. The other one took his clothes off himself and ran. My question is, who's undressing you? How many leaders in the city, especially the pastors and preachers, who are disgracing God? Politicians disgracing God. Business leaders disgracing their families because of a lack of character. And some of you are here today because God has given you one last warning. Leadership without character. This is how a man looks when he doesn't have character. Broken, blinded. His strength means nothing. All that muscle is useless without vision. The greatest power that a leader possesses is not his physical strength. It's his character. There are 7 lessons I learned from Sam and Joe. You want to write them down? First lesson I learned from Sam and Joe is that character is more important than power. What did I say? Write that down. I want every leader taking notes, because this is going to save your life the next 5 years. Secondly, I learned that character is more important than strength. Character is more important than strength. What did I say? Thirdly, I learned from Sam and Joe that power is more important than position. And I'm talking about the position, the power of character. It's more important than position. No matter how high you rise, the power of your character is all you got to keep you there. And number 4, character is more important than vision. You got a vision for your life, a vision for your ministry, a vision for your business, a vision for the future. I don't care. Your character is the only safety you have to protect your vision. And number 5, character is more important than pleasure. Samson surrendered to pleasure. Joseph ran for his conviction. And number 6, character is more important than charisma. Don't be impressed by people, how good they preach, how many sick people they get healed. I don't care if they raised the dead. Jesus said, many shall say unto me, did we not cast out demons in your name, not heal the sick?
Oh, here, Mama Liberia. 50 minutes up to 3 o'clock. Hey, and I can't wait to sign up today. Yes, today is Friday, the last day, the last working day for State of the Nation, right? For some offices, yes. For other institutions, Saturday, Sunday are included. Okay, so we have a jam-packed edition today. Yes, so currently we have Boubacar El Taliaferro, an eyewitness to what happened in King Joe, Cape Mount County, Grand Cape Mount County. So we'll go at least 20 minutes. This is an impromptu interview, but we will try as much as possible to give our brother the airtime to clear out some things from his chest. And then right after, we will take Honorable Small Morba, representative of District Number 3, Montserrat County. Honorable Small Morba will be our guest just after Bwaka. So we'll go at least 15-20 minutes.
Into his command. It is then that we shall rise, we shall pursue, we shall overtake.
Yeah, so we'll be discussing labor issues, coming out with the full detail. It's going to be wonderful. Yes, the business and economic forum coming up. Yeah, so we'll still find time to go to Babulu and speak with our brother, our colleague, Heron Boluma. It was unfortunate yesterday, but the story is still developing. The residents of that community rejected 11,000 allegedly given by the company. Intended for them to silence them, right? And the people rejected it. They rejected the money, $11,000, allegedly. Yeah, so we'll also speak to Heron. Until then, I think all of our correspondents are on the normal weekend break. Yeah, so that's it for today. The Business and Economic Forum coming up. I hope those guys can get up from bed and drink their coffee and yes, come and show to Liberia that they have a country and they still have to contribute to our country. Yeah, so that is it, and we will go strictly before we can take Orange. Orange Liberia remains Liberia's best GSM company. Oh, this company, I have some update, some new promotion from Orange Liberia. I will be reading, giving you update on these promotions from Orange Liberia. But let's take this. Let's take Bwakai. Good afternoon, Chief. Okay, so how you doing? You okay? Are you sure? All right, so you are an eyewitness to what happened in Kinjor. For the information I have received so far, and I will let you to give an eyewitness account.
Fortunately, the first and foremost thing, I want to extend my condolences to one of the brothers who died during the protest, and to all of his family and friends. However, I was invited by the paramount chief of Gulakonen district because I hear from there on Monday, and that invitation concerned a meeting on Wednesday. So on Tuesday night, I went to Kinjor so that I could have ample time to rush to the meeting venue in Manongodua, Manaklen Gulakonen, where I spent the entire day And thereafter, the meeting. But the purpose of the meeting was actually about reconciliation. The senator of one of the senators of Cape Town, Senator Simeon Boyman Taylor, and myself had some beef on some policy issue. So it created a concern in the minds of the leadership of the county, or of the district rather. So we had that brief meeting and reconciliation, and thereafter I came back to Kinjo so that I could use that route to come to Monrovia. That was around 7 going to 8 o'clock. But I didn't enter Kinjo anymore because there's a whole road behind the town. I used that route to find my way out on grounds that there are a lot of friends and family members in Kinjo. I believe that if I passed there, they will, delay my time, and of course it was now late. But when I got to the intersection, because they have several roads connected at that place, one of the roads going to the BMSC vicinity or premises, one of the roads going to entering Kinjo, another road going to Monrovia, the other one connecting the whole road. There I met the protesters, and they had a gate. So I immediately asked the driver to park the car. He parked the car, and I walked to the protesters. Out of one of them he was supervising the team, and I spoke to him. And right away, many of them came around. So I greeted them, and I asked them what was the issue, and they explained to me. Of course, some of them know me personally, and some of them I have not had, and I have not seen them before. So they explained to me that, we are protesting. In fact, why we didn't see you? You should have been here because you contested this gun elections. So you are our honorable. You should have stayed with us. I said, but the first and foremost thing is that I'm not aware about this protest. You didn't inform me. And besides that, what is the purpose of this whole protest? And one of them said, "Oh, I want to work." I said, "Oh, you want to work?" Yeah. Another person said, "Oh, we don't want Deba Allen." I said, "Oh, okay." The other person said, "Oh, the Gola people are leading everything here." So I told the other one, I said, "But I am a Gola man. And then so you want me to come and protest against the Gola?" I said, "But that's not the way forward. However, please, gentlemen, I cannot afford to stay with you here because I just from one other meeting, and I'm going to Monrovia, so I'm tired." And one of them said, "In fact, you are not going, you're going to stay here with us." I said, please give me answer, let me go." And some agree. Some say, yeah, open the road, let's demand that all will go.
Yeah, so I think let's talk about substantial issue. No, we're trying to manage time. Okay. At the time, what was the time? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
there. Now they pick up the pass, the police pick up, it didn't take no time. The police pick up return. When they return, I saw many ERU, PSU. In fact, this time around, they parked right behind my car. And they got down. They lined up immediately and started coming towards us. The word they were using, move, move, move. And the guy who held my hand, left my hand and started running. Even myself started running because I was being arrested, right? In as much as I saw it, and in fact, they met me there, I expected that I would be arrested. And it's true, the other police guy started chasing me.
Is anybody accusing you of something?
Car, and he used a preferred language, and the end of it was get in your car and go. And I got on the car. Immediately after that, they started sharing the tear gas. So in 2 seconds, somebody called me from Kinjo and told me that I have instructed the police to fire the protester and share tear gas. On the basis of that, they went and burned my house that I just started building January and zinc. They burned it. They went to work, even because I am one of the administrators of the property for which BMC is leasing. We have a cab motor. The cab motor was parked right in the cleaner yard. They went, they bust it, they broke it. So the question is, what the protest is about? Is it about us? Another thing is, one of the Gola brothers is building a guest house. They went there, attempted to break it. They broke it the first time.
Can you identify some of these protesters? But they were there and they saw you running away for safety. Yeah.
It's so tricky. I think it's a tribal thing because all the property that they show, no, it's has been destroyed. Now you protesting against BMC. I agree. It's very fun, right? So why trigger your action to go and destroy a private person property in the name that I have instructed police when I am not even a town chief? How can I do that? But you go and destroy the Thompson Dablo man who work with the company. He's an HRO. He building a guest house. You're going to destroy it. You're going to destroy Talifero, who also a Gola man. He property only in the name that he instructed the ERU to shoot gun. You're going to destroy the estate car, which he also used. Even the vocational school that we also pressurize the company to build. They went and vandalized it, looted. So what kinds of development, right, are you fighting for? What is your advocacy about? What is it about? Right? So it's just beyond, right, what they are talking about. So it's no longer about development.
So what were they saying? One person told you I need to work. What actually were the message was all about? They want no, you say you asked one person, the person told you about job, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what the rest of the people were saying? Well,
should leave. The community should dismiss him, so that and I got evidence of these things, right? So it's become an evidence of what the protest was about. It was never about development.
But you live in a county, and when people have personal issues, I mean, they have local media institutions, they have they listen to a radio station and they go. You guys go for a meeting, you interact with people. I mean, it's not a very big area, so you will know. So what issue? Because you are saying they had personal issues with all those who were affected by the mob violence, right? So tell us, what have you been suspecting over the past time? And this is something very big you are talking about.
A living witness. I have worked in that community for over 9 years. 9 years. Some of these tribal issues, I have managed always to handle it. I invite other people to handle it. The Green Advocates of Witness, different organizations to handle them, right? But one person who always behind these kinds of things is one big brother they call Mr. Wayne, Son of Wayne. And it is Son of Wayne. It is Son of Wayne that they even anticipating that if they succeed to remove Deborah Allen from the company, it is Son of Wayne that they have recommended. They wrote a communication to the caucus of Cape Mount. They wrote that, I have it in my phone and I can show you it. They have been making a lot of posts, different posts, different things they have been saying. Right?
The petition letter? Yeah, but I have it in my possession, but no signature. But I think it's somebody said that there's a first copy. Oh, okay. Okay.
In that document, the parliament, the clergy also refused to sign. He said, this is divisive. We cannot do this. Deborah Allen, in fact, their argument, even the representative for that district, he went live and said it openly. He said, Deborah Allen is a Basel man. He cannot work in Cape Mount. In fact, he has impeded the development of Cape Mount. He has said it open. It's an open thing. So the issue is not about development, right? It's about personal interest. They're just raising all the other issues so that it cannot expose them. But their actions in Kinjo has finally exposed them finally.
Yeah, I'm a little bit tempted to read the communication here. Dated December 7, 2023. Yeah. Okay. So what's the way forward? Your house you just started building in January caught fire by protesters. So what's the next plan of action?
Control of law. That's the first thing. I was happy when I heard that the legislature, the speaker set out a committee, and that committee visited King George yesterday, and I also listened to the first secretary into the matter. So I hope that they can actually get to the bottom of this thing so that whosoever may be responsible for this action, and the law should take its course, especially the representative, because I know that a function of a representative is not to incite people to create violence.
There's a serious allegation. No? Did he incited the protesters? And who is that? So what did you see him doing previously before the protests in the video you are talking about? You want to say that again? Mm-hmm.
Honorable Dorsey, who just got elected, right? He went to King George and called a mass meeting and said that the people should stand up. Deborah Allen must go. There should be it should be a Montinian who occupied that position. He waiting, even if they were impinging, they should impinge him, but he will fight. He said that openly. The people got his blessing. He said that.
So I mean, elections are over, or I would say for your part, your era, election is over. But have you ever? Are you guys thinking about reconciling the county? It seems like you guys are very divided in Akima. I seem to be corrected.
Always being a very peaceful person. Those that follow me, even the people of King George, I'm just surprised, right? I have always tried to the point that even my own Gola people sometimes are going against me many times. That I am always supporting the Vai Gola. I mean, the bad people. And I tell them, no, this is one Cape Mount. We are one people. How long do we have to even live on this earth that you'll be fighting your brother for nothing? I've always been in Nadia. Now, even during the elections, the only man I had never encountered, it was Honorable Dosi. But I encountered Mr. Sony, Kennedy Sony, but then we're all Kennedys.
Mhm.
I encounter the other brother who worked to the Capitol building. He is there. Okay, Isiaka. I interacted with him whenever I'm traveling, campaigning. I will stop by and shake his hand. Right? I encounter the press secretary now. We all contested in the district. Somebody died at the hospital. I went there. I spoke to her. It was in fact on the elections day. So I never targeted anybody. I'm a peaceful person. So my concern has been we should have one Cape Mount, one people, instead of saying, oh, the person in Angola, the person in Mene, the person in Ba, the person, even the other tribes in Cape Mount there from different countries, they can attest to that. And treat everyone equal, everyone, because tomorrow I may choose to live out of Cape Mount. I will not live Cape Mount.
Okay, so you want to move out of the county? So the house the house, yeah. And these are people and these are people who are benefiting from the vocational school. All right, so let me just drop this in. Yeah, so let me drop this in. The Minister of Information said last night that a lawmaker was leading the protesters in the video last night. Yeah, so just to add up to what you are saying. So yes, I think we're going close to 30 minutes now. But what else I mean, Lord Boaka, you've explained you've adjusted. Yeah. I want to ask you what's the what I'm not asking to declare your assets because I mean asset declaration is on right now, but what's the worth of this house? What or 7,000? But know that Kiamoto picture is showing me. You know sometimes when you are angry is good enough to control what you say, because words are like water. When it's splash on the ground, you cannot pick them up. I've called my name to you, right? I'm Magdalene. Yeah, but you are from Cape Mount, right? Are you from another county? No, because if you are saying like that, then you find yourself in people will also refer to you like that. Okay, let's take a few calls. Let's interact with the public. Let's hear what maybe some of them got question to ask you. Some of them want to. Let me take the first caller. 777-2538-19. Just step away from your monitor. Today Friday. Yeah, on a low key today. I beg you. Yeah, hello.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good evening.
Yeah, I will take afternoon. How you doing?
Thank you. This is Tony DJ.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, you calling for Cape Mount?
Actually, I have my family in Cape Mount. The last thing I tell you that man, I ain't serious. The last thing I will tell you that I'm from Cape Mount, but I'm from me in Cape Mount. My mother from me, my father from Cape Mount.
Okay.
Actually, I listen to your video guys. Like you keep telling me you need to take down with the anger. A man who wants to see the people will not stick to that. The people are,
Okay, Charles. Yeah. Hello.
Thank you, Madeline. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon for your studio guest.
Yes, sir.
My name is Hussein Keo, and I phoned in this afternoon from around District 2 in Jakarta.
Yes, sir.
So that I listened to him, and let me just add up to what the previous caller said. I listened to you when you were about to introduce him as one of the eyewitnesses. But I thought you had come with a plate in terms of the entire happening. In fact, I'm from Kitman. I am a citizen of Kitman. Both parents are by track. So I thought you had come with emotion because people listening who have wanted to hear, those things that happen. Everyone would not have the opportunity to go to Facebook or the internet to witness what happened. When you try to put emotions and personal feelings into what, for me, I'm so disappointed in his thoughts towards the entire happening, to be honest with you.
But on the other side, he's a victim of what happened. They burned his house. Well, I'm not saying he should speak the way I think you listen to me. I'm condemning it, but he's a victim, so he's going emotional, and as you also have to understand that.
So Mother, I guess I'm in empathy with him, right? Like they all caught up a fire or whosoever did it. But what I'm saying is that the police will investigate the entire saga, and I sure the government will come to an adequate solution.
Okay.
So they agree that you were victimized, but sometimes when those things happen, let us take our time, to go about it.
Okay.
Than, the way we find it.
Okay.
That's an advice to you.
All right, Chief. Thank you, Patrick. Patrick.
Yes, good evening, Sir Madeline.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Like you said, my name is N. Patrick Belawo. I listened to your studio guest very well, but I think there is a problem because I watched the video and the cheerleader for that area, she pointed out that he was one of those individuals that escorted the police to where the protesters were, and he even ordered that they should fire them. They are rats. That's the information I got from that video. So I think it's on the basis of that, perhaps his property was being vandalized by those protesters. So he has to be moderate when he is causing this issue because accusing figure have been pointed at him. So he has to take heed of that.
Oh, the main incident here?
Yeah. I watched the video and they said he contested there before. Right? So it was on the basis of that because he lost. So he took the police to where the protesters were. It was what the cheerleader said. When the journalist went there, she was being interviewed. She said he the one escorted the police to where the protesters were. He said they are all black, so they should shoot them.
Okay, anyway. Okay, so investigation is still ongoing, but it's a sad one because this is not even a laughing matter, but because our fellow compatriots' lives were lost. So, it's a sad one. Thank you for the information. Hello?
Yeah, hello, Madeleine.
Yes, sir.
You getting me?
Yeah, I get you clear.
Yeah, I'm Tuba speaking from Monrovia.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you the behavior of the people. Let me get out to what he's saying. And they have that same behavior. You should come from I go apply in that beer mountain. If you're working up, people when they're ready to go for you and bring it down. Say you're not part of the town, you're not part of the youth, you're not part of the error. So they think that the brother today now is hammering the people now, then the other protest to turn against the Kura people on our side. So what they did before from the past and what are going on today now who's getting the reward today.
Okay, all right. So we can take calls. Right. We can keep taking calls. We are actually out of time. Chief, you listen to the callers, especially Patrick.
Patrick says the cheerleader. I know her. She is a person who knows me personally. She come to my house to sit and talk. The cheerleader, I didn't even lay my eye on her, and she went to work and said, I escorted police when
you lay your eye on her, huh? But she lay her eyes on you.
Lady who knows me very well and I know her. As big as she is, where I was standing, I can call the people name. One Bunny, one Gasumon, and one Joseph. Those were people I interacted with. And the police met me there. Even if all the authority, like the honorable or the representative who is supporting them to perpetuate the violence. He doesn't have the authority to tell the police go and fire and they fire because the police got their own description, right? So how come A Talifero, who is not even a chief, will go to work and tell the police, go share tear gas or so a lot of people, right? Any kind of division I'm telling you about. Because yes, they were
Mhm. The issue of tribalism that you are raising now is is very serious. This is something that have, it could be a coincidence. Okay. All right, Chief. You no, wait. I know you are angry, right? I want you to take a water break because we're about to close now. We can't continue with this. I know you're going emotional. No, but you've already gone emotional. So yeah, listen, my brother. No one is joking with it. No one is joking with it, and we want you. Yeah, I know you are angry because you are a victim of what happened the last time. Huh? But I want you to also be very careful in using your voice. I want you. This is a public platform. You have people listening to you across the world. I know you are angry. No, no, you can ask. Okay. Hmm. So it starts today. It starts today. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yes, our investigation starts today. I got my colleagues here. They have journalists are there. We have correspondent there. We have a correspondent for state investigation. Also there who have not started reporting yet. I will talk with them. We will talk with a lot of people and we'll find out and then we'll get back to you. Yeah. Okay, your point of view.
I will follow you too because you are already part of the responsibility as well as the government. Please be honest with this investigation. And appeal to the government to put your consciences that this issue that the court to judge is not to pay light. That they may show get to the bottom of it and end it very well. Very, very well. In the meantime, I will talk to my family members that are also hide because listen to me. Even though
You're supposed to be concluding now, Chief. We are out of time. Uh-huh. You know what? Yeah, we will actually, I just received, listen now, I just received a message from my boss. They say we will have an extended version of this on Monday. So I don't know whether you see whether it came out or whatever, and no, stop saying no kind of thing. Okay, yeah, what happened? We will have an extended version on Monday. We might talk to you or we'll talk to other people. We will use our discretion to carry on our investigation. Thank you so much for coming, and we appreciate you, and we hope that you will be safe. Okay. extended to Monday. So we'll have to course again. You can join us on Monday, and the discussion continues. And I was just told by my boss, Chris Sally. He said, yes, Magdalene, our boss declared his asset, and Monday is going to be a full blast. Yes, I said, okay, because I saw some things of myself, I want to even declare my asset. Oh, Lord. So let me inform you myself, be declaring my assets. Yes, thanks, Mr. B. Thanks to our boss, Mr. Ability, for declaring his asset, and to all those who continue to be a patriotic Liberian. Okay, so the last time we hosted a representative, okay, at the time, candidates of district number 3, Most County, and it was during a debate, I can remember. And then now he's here as a lawmaker, Honorable Small Moba. Yes, actually, it's good to have you on. How you doing? How's it you doing? Is it that very difficult? Is it a difficult task to be a lawmaker? Mhm, mhm. Okay, so you are a lawmaker, but you serve on different committee or different committees at the lower house. So we would like to hear from you. And yes,
And a member of the judiciary, and I also serve as the and I'm the head for the legal of the executive.
co-chair on labor. Oh wow, you got a very serious title. Yeah, it's a very serious one, especially with the two the labor and the judiciary. So that will bring us to the issue of the. I would like to ask few questions with regards to the war economic. You would like, all right. So, but let's begin. Uh, so in recent time, what are some of the information that you have on your desk and that you have been working? You find it very interesting, especially with the issue of this ground level credits across the country.
The sufficient, I think that it's always time. Some of those contracts we have part of it, but some of those relying in terms of our people. I think that all we need to do as Liberia is to, because we are all Liberians, like the issue now in your mouth. I think that it's not about using food. We also need a roundtable discussion because we're not leading the meeting, and we are to negotiate for the people, not for our own personal delivery. only way to do that is by mitigating all of these things and make sure that we are not of it. But if they are blown out of my experience, I, you know, this world that we created, it was 100% in the interest of our people. So because of that, it creates more notification. Like for instance, not fun. And I said on the top, the end of the day, when the man is about to retire, it tells you that the only certificate he not compensating him, which I feel is wrong. Uh, with the issue of iron ore mining, there are also conditions. When you look to like 50 years, your loss. Mhm. So, if the guy needs to work, if the guy is retire, it is a duty to make sure that it is in our book. It's not part of the solo act. So, the concession thing that we are not reliable to receive. There are so many things that we need to change. You know, the issue of the community. If you look at the community, uh, it feels that sin is a sign of innovation. The hour, I mean, and innovative business is multiply that the another day. You have one of the guys now, you can just speaking competition. Like the IO, like the FG, the Lion, the Gold, the Diamond, people have money. So you just look at a crucial record of a single thing. That submit that to like run business, it makes sense. Because when I run business, they're just picking up. But the position, the thing that have single thing that a position. So one thing is what I feel is considered to be expected outside. Because in here, they are honest, the thing that you know, if you know, the person that 1,600, and you look at the position, they're all level positions. So if you have a well-minded Liberian, you take 173 United States, and that's the position of the formula, so United States in the process. That's really making sense.
But it's in the agreement.
You can increase it more people. You need to open your eyes, open the picture. We need to do the right thing so that our people can benefit. So that when they retire, they can have something to live on. And even then, when you look at the labor law, this is what kind of thing. Job. You see something there that we need to look at. It tells you that Nigeria is for job. You need not to get into a permanent. The only way you get a job is where there is no Nigerian to do the job. But today, we have low level positions that some people in the foreign. We are not respecting our own people. We are not respecting citizens. We need to wake up as more than officials to do the right thing. I was so happy when I listened said there is no business as usual.
Yeah, yeah.
went into mitigate to make sure that our people understand everything is going. You need to sit on the table and push what the one that begins. So whenever you offer a guy, lie down, what we look in the machine, today, people is okay because of the problem. Everything, one wall on the overhead that created that. So we need,
What, I mean, who's preventing these companies from implementing all of these programs that were signed? It's an agreement. I mean, the company and the government of Nigeria. So, I mean, who's stopping these, policies from being implemented? Because it's everywhere, even from every company in Grand Bassa. You want to see that video? I'll share with you. They got 4 fingers. It comes to the issue. That's what the issue of safety is talking about. You have 4 fingers while operating a machine, and another person has while operating a machine got injured. And yeah, but I mean a safe working environment. Yeah, a safe working environment because I mean you are our working environment in the field of that it talks about safety, and you have to your working environment needs to be very safe to avoid all of these injuries. Because at the end of the day, people become crippled for life. People go blind. People go deaf, and sometimes they lost their lives in the process. So who's preventing these agreements from being implemented? What have you noticed so far since you enter and being a lawmaker in a chair on this committee?
sometimes we with the program. As well as listening is not make sure that everything that implement today's related today, moving from section to section to section point to make sure those things that we have in the book. It's our environment of the ministry of labor.
Mhm.
You have to think of our people. If you say, nothing is done. They are business people, they are people with money. So if you feel that, go there, each of them. If you not just if you have, if you from the government side and the government side, we all are responsible.
Oh, you putting yourself there now. The- okay, yeah, okay. So this connected to the front page Africa and oh, okay. So yeah, the House Joint Committee expresses its May over China India's violation of the MD as a area development. I agree with during site visit. When you are part of that, okay. So let me read to you guys. And you can- Yeah, yeah. So the House representatives through its Joint Committee on Investment, Mines, Security, Labor, Judiciary, and Contract and Monopoly has expressed disappointment over China Union's disregard of the Mineral Development Agreement is signed with the Liberian government. The Liberian government signed a 2.6 billion agreement with the Chinese company China Union to mine for iron ore in the former Golden Mines operation area. The agreement, reached in 2009, was intended to be Liberia's chief investment ever, as the government announced it would generate between 3 to 4 thousand jobs with an additional uh, 50,000 indirectly. So, fast forward 14, however, 14 years later, China Union has come under increased pressure from both workers and particularly the House of Representatives, since a lawmaker from its host community lodged a formal complaint. And Mr. Formulet believes that the level at which the company has downplayed its responsibilities stated in its NDA is incomprehensible. It amounts to disgrace and neglect. Disgrace and neglect. You neglect the people, indirectly disgrace them because of bad labor practice of bad labor practices. Are you possible? This is for China Union. I think it is one county, right? Yeah, one county. Okay. So there are other construction companies across the country. Is this the same thing? Or I mean, this one is a little bit better than other areas because we have a lot of work to do.
Profession has now in reach of contract. But the West area is China Union. We're talking about 2 billion. Like we don't have investment. Investment. All companies of federal government and to them, including women, especially what we are doing. We are not trying to help the extra. When we get down to the field, there is nothing to do. There is no, there is no reduction. There's nothing to show. Well, women became one of the everything. Women,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He was there. He was no. I mean, he went. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mhm. Yeah, so your selection or appointment as being the chair or leader, well, I think was not a mistake. Yes, and I believe that with what I have heard so far, I hope and I believe in you that you are going to deliver. Yes, you are going to set up with the help of your colleagues to ensure that our labor prices are minimized across the country. Yeah.
When I was with you, I really, we are set up a committee. We have people with integrity, out unreasonable, people with disciplinary, we are opposition, resistance, we are opposition, rejecting, but and you have all of those representatives will come up with decision. And that's the most decision of the town. If this time around, we have the city and then
Okay, so it's Channel Union, right? But what next? What's your next visit?
now would be a moment. We let's say so many times.
Hmm.
Also, we don't officially level we know other people. 2 years from now, we will retire. But to show how how much it is for 50 years. Very serious and bring
Okay, so let's now transition to the next role, which is serve as a member of the Judiciary Committee. Yes, so if you're listening, this is listening, watching. This is Honorable Sue Moba, representative of District Number 3, also County. He's the chair of the labor. And with what he has deliberated so far, rest assured that I'm going to don't manage your expectations. Yeah, don't manage your expectations. Please have so much confidence in him that he's going to work along with his colleagues, including the minister, to ensure that our labor policies are minimized across the country. All right, so now what's on your to-do list for the committee? What are you working on now? Since you took over, since you are appointed, is it appointed, right? Yeah, as a member on that committee. Is there anything you're working on you want to share with us, or you want to keep it the judiciary committee? You are a member. Okay, 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 okay. So let's touch a little bit of this whole issue of the boy economic crimes. We'll touch it small, and then we'll take a flight somewhere else. But I want to hear from you. With the elections, policies for it. And you might have been one of those who are I just get my hands on that audio or recording of yours. Can't remember whether you made in your search comments, but a lot of people did.
that is vandalic. We need to make sure those who committed the president like genocide, those I am don't do that. That's illegal. You could die of a very you can forgive a genocide. Was there, then you cannot forgive. You cannot forgive. Please, you want to do about it. Be allowed to be free. No. You need to make sure you okay, you can allow. So, like this, you walk up. You also have to issue correction. The only way you might do that is where I will put money. You have to be removed for everyone to see. So, you walk up, and not just resolution and prison for we have no companies staying friends with the issue of war conflict. And hopefully, I'm 100% sure if every lawmaker, all the lawmakers, believe in Nigeria, and believe Nigeria being better,
So others are also saying 20 years ago or more. I mean, this move on instead of going back to trying to decode what has been already prepared. Okay, so people should be penalized. Now you listen the first guest, you listen to him, his house was vandalized or was vandalized and other properties as well. And then now he's calling on for justice. He's calling on for investigation and those alleged perpetrators should be brought to book. Yeah, should be investigated, and if they are if they are found guilty, they should be penalized for what the crime they committed. So that's what he's calling for. I think maybe if you listen to him or you interacting with him, maybe you're coming to he just sat right here and the issue of what happened in Cape Town. What is your stance on the issue with the whole, even though the investigation is ongoing, but we want to hear from you as a lawmaker.
issue of one is something that I like many women because usually when people have unity, was doing was right. I'm not supposed to go in, but this should be used as an example by the government to make sure to mitigate all living issues. If government is helping in doing, then we shall fire of peace with God. But at the same time, there was a little bit of issue that brought about this. People could not work, they could not receive their benefits. You could have concession government where people said, oh, and that is going in this country. And yet it's still the delegates it's not being used. So on the other hand too, I'd like to take all my people ask for we need to be very peaceful as we push towards men. For example, on the other hand, from the employers, the profession, they are also going through a lot. They start doing exploration, development, and whatever. They are also going through a lot to pay taxes. We are supposed to rely on taxes we pay. When I take a review of some of the tax that what profession, economic tax, it's 400 plus times.
Mhm. Okay. Okay, so you're calling on the protesters to remain calm, not to engage in violence. Is not the way forward. Yes, but on the other side, people would need to enjoy their benefits as a citizen, as an employee as well. All right, so we're about to take calls. Let's interact with the. Is there anything you want to say before we take calls? Okay, so let me take calls. Yeah, let's interact with public interaction. Hello. Yes, sir. I'm good, sir. Okay. So, okay.
To our utmost surprise, before we moved, everything just disappeared and we couldn't see her again. So I wonder where it started. By the grace of God, God has been you know,
Okay, so thanks for placing your phone. Hello? Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, Jerry, what are you doing? Okay. 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 Chair on the minimum wage. Hi, Jerome. Executive Director on minimum wage board. All right. Hello. Hello. Yes, sir. Okay.
So the earliest company in the country that get on not a bad enough practice.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Mr. Stewart. That's Jean Stewart. Yes, ma'am. How you doing? Okay. Um, no, not hearing you, man. You have to. Okay. See you, Tana. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. Good. Thank you. Okay.
Where I am by effort to go ever since months to register.
How's the condition of your eyes?
So everywhere I'm not with it, even when I have security, I know how much I have to pay something like this. Why should it go on that even if you not willing to also pay security?
Hmm.
I think for our middle class, I do all I can for social security. I am not a business market. If I have to have that, what I can have. But
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Jane. Okay. Thank you. All right, ma'am. Okay. Okay, ma'am. That's Ma'am Jen Stewart. Yes. Yes. So, yeah. Hello. Yes, sir. Okay. Okay. Chief, Chief, put that a bit. Rest your body. Happy Friday. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Thank you. Let's let's continue the advocacy. Yeah. Let's be strong. No, don't stop or don't give up. I beg you. Be patient. Yeah, I beg you, Chief. You gotta go. Yeah. Hello. Let me take the last caller. Hello.
Yeah, Madam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I want to say good afternoon to our state studio. My name is Fred Choma, and I phone me this afternoon for this program. And I heard a little bit of really of financial what they call it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks to all of our callers, those of you who could not make it. I'm sorry. Yes. Chief, this is the part of you. Hmm. Yes.
Yeah. So many people, but I think that the one we are in now, before that, the rescue is here to rescue us. This meantime, we should all keep and use the protocol. In times that we get to that can be done. And I not only to the person, alcoholic, we have started this not just we visit everywhere, we recognize looking for it, we do all necessary for that. And I was pleased with you to that the picture and I continue to make the petition to that the secret. I think the issue is not an opportunity to benefit. It's not just policy together, but policy and it next to benefit.
Okay. Okay. So this one is from Mr. Leeward. So he's a guest, and he was senior an engineer within his district. Promise to reach his office tomorrow at 3 p.m. Yes. Okay. He's yes. Okay. Yeah, I come in. Let me just read the messages with your party for me. Yeah. Okay. So this way is happening. Yeah, your party committee. We're about to take leave of you.
No, the when we agreement shared
Okay, sir. It was an honor having you with international issues. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on. That's the lawmaker of district number 3, Mount Colorado County. And Bobby is right here. Bobby me say, I told you say you're going to improve the time.
Magdalene, can you hear me? Magdalene, can you hear me?
Okay, so I say, please make an SOS call to the police right to Beaumont Street. There is in there to face some people at the fence blocking the road so the police can move in. These are people blocking the road at the IEC office at the Beaumont.
Hello? Can you hear me, Magdalene?
So we have our panelists on already, and we're going to be talking about sustainable development. But before let's take Heron for at least 3-4 minutes. We want to get updates from Babalu County. Yes, we promise to go Babalu Heron. Baluma, I'm calling you. Let's take it for at least 4 minutes to give us update on what's unfolding in that part of the country. Oh my God. Okay, so yes, okay, I got all my people on right now. Please go ahead. So, yeah, let me get Harry. Harry, Oluma, how you doing, sir? It's good to have you on State of the Nation. Okay, sir. So unfortunately, we have few minutes to go, and we want to get updates. Yesterday, we tried to reach people. The time was good on 20 in the next 3 minutes. Give us updates for the projects yesterday and whether there have been any response from the company. Mhm.
company close and actually can meet up the obligation, some of the major obligations in the MTA and also some of those social agreements with the area community. So far, that is what is happening.
Who presented the $11,000 to the community?
That was the
No. I mean, who presented? Who handed over the money to the residents? Is it a representative from the company, or who did they use? Karen, were you on the scene when the corporate presented the money to the community? Okay, so thanks so much for this report. We have our panelists already on, and we have the good business. Thank you so much. I think all of the information that we wanted to find in already, and we really appreciate it. Guys, Babalu, come to this afternoon. Okay, please stay safe. Your story is worth dying for. Run if you can run. Okay, Chief. I'll talk to you later.
Can you send me Barclays text message via?
My people, yeah, hello. You're sorry, you. Oh Lord, I'm on my knees right now. Bobby, how you doing? It's been a long time, Chief.
Yeah, I'm not happy right now. I don't even want to talk.
I know. I apologize. Especially to our guests. Chief Rariseku Salif, how you doing, sir?
Wonderful. Thank God for life.
Okay.
Life's
Please don't make Bobby to allow you get angry with me. Don't mind him. Don't mind his anger. I beg you. We have to listen to.
Maybe I
Well,
guess I try small. You know how angry the other people are.
No, the
I,
Reverend is not angry. You trying to put fire on it, please.
I put the Reverend down just now.
No,
yep.
no, not you, not you.
Bobby, you remember it said what goes around comes around. The last time we were on this program backstage, and how she was so mad at us, we came in late.
Yeah.
Oh,
So now it's her turn.
wow!
So
Thank
she
you so
paying her
much.
down. All right.
Yeah, Mr. Jackson George. Mr. Jackson George, how you doing? Okay, so to our listeners and viewers, this is the Business and Economic Forum. We apologize, but we had to listen to our correspondent from Babolo County, and also we had with us the lawmaker of District Number 3, discussing labor issues, bad labor practices that currently ongoing across the country. China Union, Biochico, Western Cluster, and all of these issues need to be addressed. Firestone, people working and retired 35 years, and this woman is visually impaired or partially visually impaired, and I mean, so many things to talk about. But I think you listen, and is worth hearing from our people. So it's good to have you on. We will be discussing today empowering grassroots initiatives to stimulate sustainable growth and development. So this whole week I've been, so talking from one thing to another, and the lead panelist today is Bobby. He's going to do all of the formalities and everything. So I turn it over to him, and I'm sitting here because he's already angry. So I don't want to continue making him angry. So I turn it over to you, Chief. Please serve as host.
All right.
I'll be right here.
All right. So let's go ahead and go and jump in. Welcome everyone. In I guess radio land or internet land in Liberia and all over the world. Again, we say welcome to our guest, Reverend Sekou Sirleaf. I was thinking about some other titles, but we'll hold it off for now. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. And alongside me as a panelist or host, co-host, if you will, is Honorable Jackson George. Magdalene, the man, just came back from Liberia. You withheld his honorable title. You can now withhold Honorable George's title. That's a problem. He just came back from Liberia.
Yes. The Honorable, how you doing? Yeah. Chief,
I just spoke with him. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Okay, he's in the car.
Okay, so roughly we have 34 minutes up to 5 o'clock, and we'll give at least 10 minutes to 15 minutes to our guests, and we'll give like 5 minutes to 5, 6, 7 minutes to Honorable Jackson George. I'm sorry, Mr. Bobby Broble. I give you some minutes, and then we'll also have, because we're trying to maximize the time. I already spoiled the whole stuff today, but I apologize. So and then we'll give at least 5 minutes to our callers and interact. But yeah, so I go back to you. You're serving as our host for today.
Yeah, so that sounds pretty good, Magdalene. That's why you got this fat job making all that money, because you know how to organize these shows. We still waiting for our pay.
I mean, I'm paying you for them more. I swear, I'm paying you. Thank you.
With a new government, we thought we're gonna get our back pay set. All right, so let's jump in. My background, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a financial professional here in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been doing it for nearly 2 decades. And then I'll let Honorable George quickly introduce himself, and then we'll bring in the host to introduce himself. Go ahead, Honorable George.
I think he's muted.
You muted. We can't hear you, Jackson. Okay. Well, keep trying. I hope you're safe. You look like you're driving, but keep trying. And if you can park somewhere and see if you can work it out, that'll be safe. Let's go ahead for the sake of time. Reverend Sirleaf, let's just give us some a background of who you are, and then we'll ask you some questions and we'll get into this discussion today.
Well, I'm ST Sirleaf, and my background is in sustainable development.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thank you so much. All right. Well, short and sweet. So, empowering grassroots initiatives to stimulate sustainable growth and development. Grassroots initiatives. What is for those of us that are not into sustainable development? What is grassroots initiatives?
Yeah, sometimes to understand concepts or terms, is just break them apart. Grassroots talk about, from the very basic, the ordinary people. It means about, building from bottom up, from the ground up, because there are two development approaches, and we have the top to bottom, where the decision makers are from the top, maybe the financiers, the main key stakeholders, and they make all the decisions, and without the input of the local communities. Yeah, without the input of the local communities, like we see in our country, in Liberia, all the decisions come from, Monrovia, and the people in the rural counties, they're not key players. They don't even sit at the table. So that is the top to bottom approach to development. But then we have the bottom to top, where the decision comes from the grassroots, it comes from the ordinary people, and it goes to the top, and that is even more effective.
So about the top to bottom, it's interesting because I had the same thinking that in Liberia, in our community, we typically practice top to bottom. What are some initiatives that have been implemented using that top to bottom, and what was the negative effect of it? Just to bring it to
there are so many of them, and the most recent one that I can even show is, I think yesterday or day before, they had a riot in Cape Mount with the Bay Mountain.
Okay.
Yep, that is a pure top to bottom, because the company comes to Liberia, they sit with lawmakers, they sit with the executive. These people just sign bogus concession agreements, and just send the companies in those counties. And the main people that are heavily impacted by those projects, they are doing, when we talk about the ecological, environmental impacts of those projects, is bearing heavily on the local communities. But these are people who don't have a seat at the table. So the lawmakers just sit down, they take brown envelope from the company, they sign whatever agreement, and they send these companies into the counties, and the people just sit and watch, all their resources being extracted from before their eyes, and they have no part to play in it. They don't have any say. If they decide to agitate, of course, the police will go there and start shooting up people. So those are kind of projects that always fail, because it's top to bottom. They do not do proper stakeholder mapping to know that, hey, where are the key stakeholders in this project, and the main stakeholders should be the people who are heavily impacted. So that is just one example. Yeah.
Mr. Sirleaf, can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
If we have a representative government, and you have the people who elected the representative, and the representative are signing on the behalf, how can you then say that the people are not represented?
Yes. Okay. The people technically, the people send a representative to the legislature. Yep. So the people are represented through their government. But when it comes to concession agreements, it doesn't end at those representatives. When it comes to concession agreements, you are supposed to call, because when projects are cited within county, it does not sometimes affect only one county or state or community. It affects different local communities. And Liberia operates a kind of government. It doesn't end at the legislature. Liberia, the kind of government we operate, we incorporate local governments as well. So we have the central government, we have the state or the county government, we have district, we have town clients, and we have townships. So all those people have to be represented when we are, discussing concession agreements, because it also affects them. So it's not just representatives sitting in Monrovia. They have to get those local chiefs, the town chief, the paramount chief. Those people have to have stakes, so that, like what I heard from the Bay Mountain, all the government did was do whatever you want, just give us 3%. Okay, what goes back into the community? There is nothing being ejected in the local community, so they are not participating, even though they have their government, their representatives sitting at the top, at the Capitol Hill, but they still need to be identified and they need to be brought on board when it comes to decision making. Matter of fact, it should even start with them to know, hey, these companies are coming here. What they need to go there, do needs assessment, identify the social gaps to be able to proffer solution on, okay, even though you're going there to do this, this is what the community needs. They need safe, potable drinking water. They need school. They need health. They need all these things. Those things all got to be on the table. That's why it doesn't end with a representative.
Yes, I definitely agree with that
So
analysis.
can I do a follow-up?
Yes, go
ahead. Go ahead, and then I'll come in with two questions.
I agree with you. It came across as though the people had no say in the decision making, which they did. But again, it's the complacency of our people to just leave everything and don't care. And at the end of the day, it affects everybody. So there's no way there will be a concession in a locality where we live, and we do not have part to play. That is why we elect our representative to represent our interest. And so it looks like the people do not have a say, but they do have a say because they elected a representative that represents them at the highest level. And so if those representatives do not have the best interest, then it's a problem. So democracy can be messy, and that's the problem with what we have with democracy.
Yeah, let me just chip in. That is a good concern.
Reverend, so before you come in, let me just seek clarity myself. So, are we saying? I mean, we know that lawmakers represent the people. We know that, but my understanding was that maybe we're not getting people together in a palava hut to seek their interests. Like, for instance, lawmakers do something they call town halls. That's where the lawmaker comes and gets information from the people what they want. Now, here's the problem. Obviously, as you guys were speaking, what was going through my mind, maybe some of these communities are so rural in terms of education. Their education might be low level of sophistication where they won't understand the complexities of some of these contractual agreements or concession agreements, but at least you can still do something where people have an input, the chiefs have an input. Is that what you were saying, Mr. Salif?
Yes. So to Mr. Josh's point, you're right. Okay. There's a representative government, but the way the representative government works is what Bobby you just spoke my mind. That's exactly what I'm supposed to say. The representative government doesn't work in the way that, we elected you to be senator or representative, just go and make decisions. No, that's not how representative government works. Every time decision comes to the floor, these representatives are supposed to go back to their constituents. They're supposed to host town hall. Hey, there's a company coming to the country and they are interested in so and so. And what they are interested in, we notice that thing falls between 1, 2, 3 communities within this district. And because of that, we're trying to make a decision to see how this company can come here to do some work. What are the needs in this place that we can identify? So as we discuss with the company to sign these agreements, that you can be included. What are your needs? What are the things we need to look at? That's how representative government work. It doesn't mean, once you are elected, you just go and forget the county. And because that's how it's been done. Every major decision is supposed to go back into town hall for the people to have an input. Then you come back and now you vote on this issue based on what your constituents
what the people want. Yeah.
So that's
Reverend Salif, on the flip side of that, and I hear what you're saying, it makes sense because that's how is done here in the US. Okay. What are some success stories that you can maybe share with us where, you know, grassroots initiatives were empowered and it yielded good success?
If I'm thinking about that right now, I can't identify any in Liberia. I can identify
Okay.
others in different other countries, but
Okay,
because
identify one in
you know,
another country because we just want to see how it can
yeah,
come
I
together
live.
and do.
I spent 15 years in Nigeria, and in 15 years I spent in Nigeria, I used to work with some of those local communities. So the
Okay.
success is, you know, the local communities that are NGOs, non-governmental
Mhm.
organizations, there are CBOs, community-based organizations, there are CSO, civil society organizations. These are
Mhm.
people that government and companies work with. So when government send companies in concession areas to do X, Y, Z, they have instructions, and then government's supposed to follow up with compliance evaluation and monitoring. So what those companies do that I work in, about there was a time I worked in 21 communities where an oil pipeline passed through in Nigeria. This oil
Okay.
pipeline passed through 21 communities. So the government and the companies have to come together and bring these 21 communities together, and they identify those social gaps and needs, and then they look for those community-based organizations, those non-governmental organizations that have expertise in XYZ. My role in it was, after we've done all the skills acquisitions, I went there to train on how to fund those initiatives, how to find fundings for those initiatives, how to do basic bookkeepings, how to run those organizations. So, and those
Mm.
communities were successful because that's how you produce entrepreneurs, so that everybody is not just dependent on government and not just dependent on the company. So the companies inject money into those communities, and we identify those needs and train people, skills acquisition program, and those people become empowered. So those programs became successful. So you have young people running their own businesses, doing their own things, young women, you know, different. They have, sometimes we did huge trainings on different levels, hair making, beautician, and, you know, different
Yeah.
making clothes, tailoring, and all kinds of things. Those are the things that empower the people. So when the people are empowered and can provide for their families, then they don't have to go and burn the yellow machine of BAE, Bay Mountain, because they are empowered.
Wow.
They
So,
are,
so,
you
Yeah.
know, those
so,
programs
so,
became
Miss,
successful.
so, Mr. Salif, Reverend Salif, it's no different from Liberia. It's no different. What you just explained is no different. The reason why I'm keep pushing this idea is that
Mhm.
the people have to hold their leaders accountable. And if they are complacent, why are they now doing this? What they did today, if they had done it in the beginning, that whole conception would have been rectified. But
Yes, and
they were complacent. They allowed it to go because my brother is a thief, so he's a good thief. When another thief get there, then he's a bad thief. That is the time I want to go arrest him. So what I'm saying is that the people in these areas must begin the process and hold their leadership, their representative accountable, and demand for community meetings, and demand for council meetings, and demand to understand all of these things. In the absence of that, government will, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
yes, you are right. And like I said on one of the shows yesterday, in psychology, there's what we call display aggression. And what we saw in Cape Mount is just an example of display aggression, because when the people know that they don't have the power to fight government, what do? They turn to the companies, but the attack should not be on the companies. Like I said yesterday, they should charter all the buses and the trucks, put the people on it, and go to Capitol building and have a sit-in and call the lawmakers to order that they have to revisit those concession agreements and include the community. But because they don't have the power to fight government, just imagine what they did. They went to protest and bullets were fired. I think 3 people, maybe the death toll is rising now. So what do? The government is way in Monrovia, but the company is right behind their house. So it's easier for them to take the attack on the company instead of the government that signed the foolish agreement and never sought their interests and never, considered them, included them in the decision-making process. So that was a form of display aggression. But what we are trying to say, so that we don't deviate too much, we're talking about grassroots initiative, to stimulate sustainable growth and development. So what we need to do now is to empower, through the government and through the companies, to empower these local community-based organization, non-governmental organization. I was just looking at in 1997, I think, or 1989, Japan launched an initiative program, and how do they call that program? Let me see. It's called the GPP, and the GPP was for grassroots empowerment, and they did that. It was a project that they cited in the Philippines to help the Philippines. Now all countries around the world can qualify for it, and those projects are built around the 5 social determinants of health. If we know what the 5 social determinants of health are, that we do around the world, so they go there, they empower people. The 5 social determinants of health talk about education, access and quality, healthcare access and quality, economic stability, neighborhood and built environment, and social community context. Those are the 5 social determinants of health. So they look for organizations that can power these programs to the people, so that they can raise the quality of life for the people in those communities. That's what the grassroots initiative is supposed to do, because the government can't do it. They have the capacity, but they don't have the will to do some of these things. So we have to focus after these local initiatives that can drive these agendas.
Okay, so I mean, we agree. I wanted to touch on some, because I read about this unrest in Cape Mount, and what's surprising here, and maybe this comes between what you're saying, Reverend, and what Honorable George is saying, because they said there are 3 sides of every story: your side, my side, and the truth.
The truth, yeah.
Right. And here's what the guy said. The lawmaker, I believe his name is Mohammed Dosi. First of all, it appears that he's giving his blessing to the protesters. He told residents in Ogoma, Cape Town County, that they were unhappy with the level of bad labor practices at the mines, and it was time to protest. So that seems to mean that it appears that it's even beyond the lawmaker that is responsible for that area. I'm not sure what the breakdown is, but we need to fix it. Where do you think the breakdown is coming from? If this guy is representing the area and he's probably advocating, but maybe there are powers that are over him that are subjecting his people to this. What is your take on that?
The breakdown is a complete leadership failure. I listened to one of the elected officials yesterday. What's his name? I just forgot the name. And he spoke yesterday. And he said this problem has been going on for the past 10 years. So, it's not with the JMB administration. It's not with the George Weah administration alone. It started from Ellis administration. And the president in power today was vice president at that time. They signed these concession agreements. He was the president of the Senate. Current president JMB. He was the current president. So it has spent 10 years. These people have been having very bad labor practices. Why do we have the Ministry of Labor? What's wrong with central government? What's wrong with the local government? Everything failed. But again, when it comes to the company, I said they did not exercise expediency, because even though, listen, let us be honest, because one of the shows I was on, they were very angry with one of the panelists because of what he said. These companies come from other countries. They come to your country. The purpose of business is to make profit.
Money.
So when they come to your country to operate, they come to make profit. So when your government welcomes them open arms, take bribes, and just send them to do anything, you can't blame the company, because that's why it's sustainable development. When we're talking about projects, I thought the first thing we do is stakeholder mapping. Who are the stakeholders? And then amongst the stakeholders, there are government regulatory agencies. Those people are also stakeholders. So they are supposed to regulate these companies' operations to make sure that they are in compliance with the Liberian labor law. So somebody dropped the ball. Somebody's not doing their job. That they were regulating the companies. They would have known that the companies are not in compliance with certain issues with the labor laws.
Yeah,
so things,
that's true.
it's a complete leadership failure. So the blame
I
is
think
on
we can
everybody.
agree. I
Yeah.
think, Reverend, we can all agree that things need to be fixed. All right. We should be. This is actually a solution-based show. So we're looking for problems, and we're recommending ways to
So,
get
so,
these
so,
issues fixed.
Bobby,
Yeah.
in order to fix our problem, we need to
Mhm.
allow people to do their jobs.
Okay.
And if we do not, if the people go, the regulatory body go down there for inspection, and the phone
Mhm.
call is made above there, and they say leave it and go, then next time the guy is not going to do his job. He's going to be complacent. Why am I going to go there when the boss is going to call me and tell me to drop it and leave? It's like a police officer saying when we arrest these people, they call upstairs and then the phone
We
come
have
out.
to
We
release
can only
them.
say yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, and the taxi driver
Yeah.
is gone. So these people got to do their job. Let us allow the people to do their job with no interference, and our country will develop.
Okay. I mean, I agree, Honorable George. I agree with you, but just saying that the people need to do their job, you and I know that it is not just going to happen like that, right? Sometimes, unfortunately, these types of incidents need to happen. It happens all over the world, even in the Western nation where B Mountain originated. They have demonstrations at some point, and that draws attention to some of the ills in society, and things get fixed. So,
No, and I
in this
agree.
case,
I agree with
in
you.
this
But
case, what I would
what I'm
say
saying
is
in
we
terms of
need to
fixing
fix.
our problem, one
Yeah.
of the things I've seen in Liberia is the fact that leadership do not allow the people to do their jobs. Let the police officer function, and I will hold that police officer accountable later. Even if he arrested my son,
Yeah.
even if I was the chief of police and he arrested my son, I would not just tell him leave my son, let my son go. Let him do his due diligence, and I would take care of my side of it. But
Right.
the lower people in government or in any what I see in Liberia, they don't function because if the LRA man went to one business center and that business owner called the boss upstairs, they said leave it and go. I will take care of it. Why should that guy come back again for the second time, and what will he do?
Honorable George, it's a very complex problem. You're right.
Yeah,
It's
but
complex because
Yeah, so
it happens at different levels. But let's
all
bring
right.
in Magdalene. She wants. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Magdalene.
Yeah, wonderful discussion. Yeah, wonderful discussion. So if you are listening, watching as well on Real TV online, this is a business and economic forum with our committed panelists, Honorable Jackson George and Honorable Bobby Brobler. Honorable,
Well, you made me
yes.
honorable, I beg.
Yes, and with our very special guest who is always willing to come and share his expertise, Mr. Reverend Sekou Salif, empowering grassroots initiatives to stimulate sustainable growth and development. All right, so I would like for us to take calls. Yes, let's hear from the people. I don't want Bobby to say, Magdalene, you breached the contract. I don't want to be like some of the concession companies around here. Yeah.
You already
They,
breached your contract. We'll come and demonstrate just now.
oh Lord. 077753819. 077753819. We'll take few calls. My people, yeah, I sincerely apologize today for the time. But by 5 o'clock, we have to be out of here, and we have 8 minutes up to 5. We have
Okay.
another very important program. Another important program coming up at 5 o'clock. Yeah, hello.
Yeah, good evening, Marlon.
Yes, sir.
Good evening to the studio guest.
Yes, sir.
Okay. First of all, I listened to the topic on the discussion.
And your name is?
My name is Kelvin Boko, Lower Margibi.
Okay, sir.
All right. This agreement that was signed by the year 19. Our current president, which is Joseph Boakai, he was the head of the Senate. He was the president of the Senate, and he signed the agreement. Now, he is the current president. What are we, and this Buko agreement was signed in our country. He honored it. What kind of benefit, now he's president, which of the benefit will we get or we as country. And then every country stay on their own because it will not stay free to fight our own battle. This people will take us to be slave oaths in this country.
Okay, thank you.
To be a foreign.
Okay.
So let us fight our own battle. Every country that comes in this country and they don't step the one we want to do, the agreement that they have signed, they don't want to work it.
Mhm.
We challenge them, we damage everything, and we all will face it. Ladies, thank you.
Oh, you want damage things? Hello?
Hello?
Yes,
How are
sir.
you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to contribute to the program.
Yeah, your name first, sir.
Okay. I listen to, I follow you.
Can you please identify advance to be recognized?
Oh, I am J. Murray Zuba.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So one of your panelists said rightly that this thing is from the leadership. And it's true. I remember 3 years ago, I went with the regional commander to that company.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that were in control, I don't want to call his name, we were sitting in his office and he said this company alone can rebuild the entire Republic of Liberia, even more than Johannesburg.
Wow.
And we said, why? How? And he said, look in the corner. And we saw mountains of blocks, black blocks, in 3 different corners. And we said, but what is that? Like a fossil blocks, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He said, those are gold.
Wow.
You know how much gold is this? Why are you blocking it? And he said, look, if you leave it as pure gold, the people are going to anybody that see they want to even just harm you and take it from you. So for that reason, I really agree with your panelists that indeed what that man explained to us, how the president is sent every 2 weeks and helicopter can come for the gold and carry out of this country. We are not ready yet.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Zuba. Okay. Thanks to Kelvin. Thanks to Mr. Zuba. You people spoke on behalf of all of the callers because I mean this very same thing you are saying. Yeah. So we can't take any more calls. Just receive signal. We got 5 minutes to go. Let me squeeze in somebody. We got 5 more minutes. Okay. Hello.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Your name is okay.
No, I'm okay. My name is okay.
So what's your name now, Chief?
My name is Elijah Casebo.
Okay, Chief. Yeah. Please go on.
Yeah, I listen to the discussion going on right now. He came to keep on conflict with your dear man. You know, how people blame, you know, the one the main difficulty in the country will shift blame on each other blame. The past government did that. Joseph Boga was the president for the Senate, and right now he is president of the South Africa. So because you are the president for the Senate, so the agreement was signed. So that means now the agreement was signed, and one signed the agreement is now you want. You have a hair. You are just a president, but you having people that are working your office. You are the president for the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
Or you want to get authority to overcome them.
Oh, okay.
You don't have that. So we always share blame on person, share blame on, that blame we always share blame out. We don't go nowhere.
Okay.
So every person will share blame each other. We should try to want to go outside together to solve a situation over there.
So you want anybody that to blame President we have because President Bouaka, because you want anybody that to share blame on President Bouaka, eh?
Yeah, because you can share blame on President.
But they see blame of y'all shifting on President we have. So they whole thing now. I don't know what we're going on. Ha. All right. Okay, Chief. Thank you. Thanks for placing your call. Okay, thank you. Okay, so Chief, you're listening to the callers. Hello?
Well,
Yeah.
since I'm driving,
Yeah.
let me just conclude.
Yeah.
One of the things I want to tell all of us is that government is complicated. There's complexity in government. There are 3 branches of government, and sometimes democracy can be very messy. And when you have a functioning government that adhere to the tenets of democracy, it gets messier, right? So you need a high functioning electorate to be able to understand the processes and other things. Until you sit into that chair, you have no idea what it is. we can stand from the outside and say what it is and see things. But when you get into that chair and you understand the complexity, sometimes your hands are tied. When the laws are made, the laws are made. It cannot be
Okay.
changed easily. And so we have to go back to the drawing board. The House, the Senate has to take these things, rectify them, and make it work for all of us. I think the country should work for all of us. That's where I would say.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Drive safe. Drive safely.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, for my closing statement, I would just say, look, Jackson George is right. Honorable Jackson George is right. Government is complicated. Our goal is to solve problems. Okay, we're not only pointing out what the problems are, we need to solve these problems. So my advice to government is that, look, we see what's happening in Grand Cape Mount County. That could be, potentially it could happen anywhere else in the country as well with all these types of agreements. It's not late to go back to the communities and get their buy-in. It's their land, it's their neighbor. One of the community organizations has even filed a $10 million lawsuit against B Mountain. You know, these are the kind of things. If a community has to go file a lawsuit, whereas they have representatives and elected government officials that are not seeking their interest, it's a problem. Okay, so in fixing that, we can still go back to these communities and encourage grassroots initiatives so that we can have our sustainable development. Thank you very much, and I'll pass it on to our guest, Reverend Sekou Sirleaf. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. Let me just conclude like this. Government democracy being message should not be an excuse. When you say you want to be a leader, you should also consider that these are the problems you have to solve. The leadership is about solving problems. It's not about wondering, oh, what do we do? No, solve the problem. So to be able to help government that is messy and complex, that's why we have to create local content. When you create local content, you help yourself to some degree in solving this problem. I will find some documentary I will send you. Even here in America, a multi-billion-dollar company came from China and wanted to start a project in one of the states in the local community. The companies come in, they go to a town hall, they go from house to house, they knock door and bring the people into a room and they present the platform of the company, the portfolio of the company, what they want to do. And the people who live in that community ask questions, how these things will be done, because they know that their local government leaders can be bribed by these companies. And one of these companies was, they actually bribe all the local leaders. And the local leaders say, yeah, we sign, we seal, let the company start. No, the house to house daily people went and took this multi-billion-dollar company to court because they said they are going to create environmental impact that will impact our health. They're going to destroy our water system and all these things. And guess what? The day-to-day people from house to house sued the government and these people, and they won. And the company did not operate in that community. That's why we need grassroots empowerment. We need local content. We can't do everything from Monrovia. And then we will see another big mountain protest coming soon.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you so much, Reverend. So we'll pass it on to Magdalene to go ahead and initiate. Magdalene, you didn't even introduce your young guest or your young.
You see, Maya is 40 years in 11th grade. That's Maya. You see, today he's in nice shirt. I mean,
Maya's face is starting to shine, it look like he getting paid over there. We're not getting paid.
Bobby, I spent 1 month in Monrovia, never got paid. I never got taken to any restaurant to bribe me.
Wow.
Nothing.
That's an indictment of Madeline. That's an indictment of Madeline.
Look, when I host you guys, I want you to be together. I don't want to treat anyone.
Mr. Josh, I'm your protest leader.
So when you come together, I just host you and we'll have fun time. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks, Barry.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, so that's how we go. Yes, we had a wonderful time on Friday. I saw selling of Traffic Plus. Like you don't have a boring time with these guys. They are so amazing. Yes, actually been a wonderful time from Monday to now. I can't wait to sign off. Yes, the team is going to be back on Monday by the grace of God. On that note, we want to say goodbye to our very special sponsor, Orange Liberia. Please buy your SIM card this weekend and go on Orange page. Get all of the information. China Construction Company and Lorena Enterprise. And that's how I want to say goodbye. Ryan, you have something to say quick?
I'd like to say thanks to everyone. I came here, so I was
Yeah,
there.
they say when you come, you get ready.
Yeah, get ready. So I was just giving it back.
Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thanks to Rachel. Thanks to other people for your support.